Ritu, tell us about yourself and what type of business you do to make money online.
I'm an omni-channel consultant. I assist businesses in integrating their digital and technology mediums into their traditional world operations. Um, and how to make money online, I think it's more about how people get to know you as a consultant. Word of mouth is a great thing, but once I get referred, someone will go online to my website, see what I've done, and what I do, connect with me over email, and I have a lot of Skype conversations. So there's a lot of things that I utilize online, but I don't necessarily sell a product or a service online.
What are your plans for the next 3 years?
I think my plans are to continue to deliver value through my consulting firm. I'm also starting an app, a networking app for businesses and conferences, and I'm writing a book. So there are quite a few things that are going on, and I'm sure 3 years is a long time in the digital world. I'm sure I'll be doing a lot more than I can envisage at the moment. But the main thing is I want to just broaden my portfolio and work with a wide variety of people here.
Excellent. How do you deal with client expectations? How do you explain the benefits of digital marketing to them?
These are very interlinked, I think. I think when one understands digital marketing, one has a set of expectations that are responsible and that are achievable. One of the things that I do before I start with a client is to set what expectations there are. So there's no expectation gap or delivery gap. What we do is we can have reviews all the way through to ensure that both of us think that we're on path with the expectations. To explain digital marketing, really, one of the easiest ways that I find is to relate it to something that everyone loves. Everyone loves, say food, right? So let's just talk about a restaurant. And back in the day, we would get a flyer maybe in the newspaper, or we would read a magazine, or the radio would tell us about a new restaurant, or our neighbors would. What digital marketing does really is say that you can access every single person who wants to eat food at your restaurant online, be it directly or indirectly, because we have 2 degrees of freedom in social media today. Either the youth are on social media, or parents are on social media, perhaps. But if parents are not on social media, at least their children are. So most consumers in urban India are 2 degrees of freedom away from digital, and the digital word of mouth is just such an asset for business.
Ritu, you have spent 27 years overseas. How does it feel to do business in India?
Being back in India is fantastic. It is I'm really riding on a growth wave, and surfing here is a lot of fun. There are a few things. I feel like there's an ability to do business a bit more creatively here because of the relative lack of enforced structure and processes. And I think that one of the great things about doing business in India is that the talent that we have here is phenomenal. The talent is just phenomenal, and everyone wants to grow.
How do you incorporate emotions in your consulting?
Well, I always say that as humans, emotions are what guide us, and if we can make an emotional connection with each other in the workplace, then we work closer as a team. But one of the most important things that people forget are to make an emotional connection with their customers. I'd urge all of you to think back to the last 3 things that you really enjoyed purchasing. I'm sure that you can pinpoint emotions that that marketing or that product created in you. Whether it be fun with your friends at a restaurant, or it be feeling really sporty and fit when you put on, your new pair of running shoes. All of us make decisions. Economists will have us think that we're all completely rational, but there is an emotional side to it. And if we can connect to customers through emotion, there's nothing like it. And customers have different emotions at different touch points. So say I'm on Facebook, I have an emotion of wanting to be with friends and family. When I'm on LinkedIn, my emotion is growth, professional growth. So let's see what we're trying to promote or to sell or to encourage, and let's pick the touch point that's meeting that emotion.
That's fine. Well, now, coming to the point of view of the co-founders, how should equity be divided amongst the co-founders?
I think this is something that everyone is nervous about when they start up. One of the things that I would say is, when we're starting up, we think of our business as here and now. However, as our business moves forward, that's a very different thing. So equity can be divided in one way, and then pay can be divided in another way. But who is going to have the maximum impact in the business? Who are the people that you want to keep on in the business? Who are the people that are key and crucial to your business? Those are the people that should get more equity. Yes, people will say, oh, I came up with the idea and I got you all together, so it's unfair that I don't have as much as you do. But it's about the net present value of your contribution. And I think when you do some sort of net present value of contribution analysis, that's how equity should be divided.
How do I, as an investor, how do I measure return on my social media investment?
This is the question I like least. Because the thing with social media is it does give you metrics. They're not great metrics, but it does give you metrics, and therefore people want quantitative measurements of their investment. But I ask you about any other channel that you use. Say it's a TVC. What kind of analytics do you run on that TVC? Do you say that, oh, this person bought this TVC and then came to my store just because of that TVC? So what I'm saying is that when we focus on likes, when we focus on shares purely, what we're doing is we're creating an ecosystem where we're creating a campaign that is not an optimal campaign for your brand.
Ritu, what do you think about bloggers' ideas?
Jitendra, I think what you're doing with bloggers' ideas is really adding value to the startup space. It's really adding value to anyone who is looking to take their business to another level. I think you understand how SEO works, but you understand how business works. And integrating, digital marketing into business is really what we need, rather than having digital marketing as a separate. And another thing that you do is create this wonderful community with all the things that you're involved in, like Pioneer. You bring people from all over India together, and you're one of my closest friends in the startup scene, so thank you for having me here.